Hi there, Capricorn. So I'm kind of abruptly starting the reading because I was doing some channeling and I just got a very strong message that someone, someone needs to write a memoir. And I think it would be extremely well received. Or it's a novel sort of based on, like maybe I think you're thinking of a novel, but based on your experiences, and then you realized, oh, it's too hard, or why even try to spend the energy to try to hide identities or whatever. I figure it's like it'll be better authentically just coming from me. Or you could do like a little book. Like they have those little books of like don't sweat the small stuff, words of wisdom. It could almost be like something like that, but I feel like it could be. I don't know if there's some comedy in it. You laugh, you cry. I don't know. But that's just something about, regardless of what I just put out there. If you have an idea for a book, something that is based somehow on your experience, that's just coming through very, very strong. So let me read the other channeling. Things are starting to flow in some area of your life. You may start swimming. You may take meditative salt baths. And I heard someone go, yeah, right. Like I have time for that. If I had time for that, I probably wouldn't be stressed. So it's asking you to, like, why can't you make time for yourself? And what is not yours to manage? What can be released? What can be delegated? So I'm getting a 10 of Wands vibe. But it's more like it has to come from inside you to that not doing it isn't a failure, or I don't know. It's kind of like I had to go into the office. I'm back in the office, but in January. And I told my son he has to have his phone charged and he has to have it so he can hear it if I need to call him. And he had two things to do. And he missed one because he didn't do what I asked. And I could have prevented the next failure, but I didn't because I knew it was something that the first thing he was blowing off, basically, not thinking that it would impact the second thing that he really wanted. And let me tell you, when I say now, you need to have your phone on because if I need to call you to wake you up for something, and he knows what I'm referring to, I need to be able to do it. And he's not perfect, but he's much more now will make sure that that happens. It's like he had to make that mistake. And it's real. That was very hard for me not to just do it. So it could be something like that. But I see, going back to that novel or memoir or creative idea, I see a lot of wisdom. I see a lot of perspective and I just think it could be almost educational, moving, funny, inspiring. It's almost like it could be everything all at once, and to allow it to be everything all at once, not trying to fit it into a mold, but let it become its own thing. The Seven of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck it's an interesting card. It's a card about working on something, diligence, being methodical, being patient, allowing things to emerge in their own time, which is great. And if we're planting corn, we know when it should sprout and when we can harvest it. And if things don't happen in a certain amount of time, we can say, oh, it's not worth putting any more money or effort and time into that because that, whatever, the seed rotted in the ground. Is that the word, rotted? Anyway, sounded funny when I said it. But in relationships, in things you're trying out, where do I put my time? Sometimes there's no guarantee if you put your time into something that it will return the investment that you want. And if it's a relationship, for example, you you really, yes, you can pay attention to red flags, but you really don't know if you will be a good match until you're in it, till you're giving it a try. Um, Lots of times with a job, it's that way. You don't really know. You can hope and try to look for clues, but I don't know. So there's some sort of timing, and I feel like the answer is there probably will never be a perfect time. Maybe something about the pandemic here where you had to pause, you had to sit in things, you had to sit in your feelings, you had to sit in your relationship, you had to sit in your aloneness, you had to sit in where you were, and there you are, and really it may have brought up things for you that it didn't bring up for other people for some reason. And that really maybe threw you for a loop. But you are able to take experiences and turn them into wisdom. And that's what the Hanged Man is. It's seeing things from a completely different perspective. Three of Swords. There was something heartbreaking there was some heartbreaking or truth, like some sort of realization or truth that bummed you out, that made you sad. Something maybe you didn't want to accept or see or think could happen. Yeah, that hurt that you had to, that really made things more difficult for you. Maybe it was realizing a relationship wasn't going to work, or that, I don't know. We have the Wheel of Fortune though, so things are looking up, right? So on the wheel up here, we have Aquarius. What is that? Is that, shit, I don't know. I don't know my symbols. Just a minute. How can I find them? I should know these. But I think it's Aries, Aquarius. Oh, shit. I can't believe I don't know these. That's definitely Aquarius. Oh, it's going to be, there's Cancer. It's not that. No, that's not Aries. Maybe Taurus. That's Taurus. Here, I'll be able to tell you in 1 minute. Yeah, okay. Taurus, Aquarius. And then the M is that Scorpio or, I'm sorry, this is terrible. Oh, okay, and Leo is down here. Leo, Taurus. So those are fixed signs. Is Aquarius a fixed sign? I think Aquarius. Yeah, because it goes Capricorn, which is cardinal. Oh, okay. And then the other fixed sign is, that must be Scorpio. Scorpio. I think so. Okay. So it's interesting. The Wheel of Fortune, there are the fixed signs, but the wheel is turning. So even the fixed signs can't stop things from evolving and moving forward. But Capricorn's a cardinal earth sign, so you are the least fixed of the earth signs, even though all earth signs, just by their nature, are somewhat fixed. It's like you had to release an ideal, an idea, something that you were really hoping for, or whatever. You had to release that. You had to accept that. And there are things out of your control. You were very vulnerable and brave. Um, Something about that Three of Swords, that heartache, that jealousy, that disappointment, kind of almost a crushing disappointment. It wasn't like it put you out, but it hurt. It stung, it hurt. Um, and maybe you didn't realize that, what a catalyst, what a chain of events inside of you that experience set in motion. That took you off guard. That threw you off. Yeah, you weren't expecting this Three of Swords. You have one extra. The Star, Aquarius. How long do you have to be patient to wait for your dreams to come true, to get to a place? I think you need to stick with something. I think if it's a bad relationship, I don't think. I think you have the data you need that it's not working out, or you do or you don't. You know what I mean? If you're not to the point where this is not working out, then it probably will work out. But if you already feel like you're leaning one way or the other, I feel like you kind of know it, but you just have to accept it. Or you have to ask for something you need, and that's really hard for you. It's really hard to not be self sufficient and need something from someone else. But I feel like that is the opening up to that star card, that healing, that, I don't know, it's like you want to feel, why can't you ever just feel comfortable and safe? That's what I just heard for some of you. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Ace of Wands, passion, creativity, and entrepreneurial pursuit. New passion, renewed passion, motivation, enthusiasm, taking action. Yeah, I think the stress is coming from not moving forward and doing something. Here's the Queen of Cups. So, an emotionally, if you're in a relationship, I feel, and there's still a connection there. Okay, you kind of know if there is or there isn't. If you're just completely at odds and like, why are you even trying to keep it together? Or you want to stay together, but things keep coming up and coming up. And can you think of this as a rough patch? Can you think of this, and can you have the intention and the approach? I think, I'm seeing therapy. This could be a therapist, this Queen of Cups. But I think she can really help you, come together. Like in this one, they're facing each other. In this one, he's kind of behind her. Even in this one, he's kind of behind her. And in this card, they're together. They're turned towards each other. They're supporting each other and working through something. And so being vulnerable and having to express what you need and what you want and how you're feeling. It's almost like you don't want to be a burden or a pain, but I think again, that's not that's not a weakness, it's a strength to be able to do that. And the moon, so those moon, what do we have? That new moon in Virgo on the 7th and that full moon in Pisces on the 20th. Could be some timing. But yeah, but something that seemed fixed, that seemed stuck, it's going to get going again. It's going to start moving again. So I feel like you're really coming out of some stressful or anxiety ridden sleepless nights, maybe feeling like, oh, I feel like I'm not succeeding in, it's like you want to be doing great everywhere, but you just have so much going on you can't, and you hate to accept what you might think of as mediocre work, but it's more of a self-care, and once you can sort of release things to other people and make time for yourself and turn towards your partner, and if you have one, or open yourself up to someone new, I don't know. I think things really are going to start feeling better for you if they haven't been. But I definitely see new and passionate love coming in, or um, a rekindling if things have kind of gotten boring, or too much of a routine with someone you're already with. I feel like there will be a revitalization, a revival. I don't know. Maybe you're going to be in a play with that star card. That for something about that, it's like a play that they. It'd be like if Beauty and the Beast came back to Broadway, which I wish it would, because it was so good. I've only seen a few. I've only been to New York a few times, but I was lucky enough to see a couple Broadway plays, and oh my God, they're amazing. So maybe someone's going to be in a play. Um, I don't know, something new, something creative, some idea, I think is really going to change things. But you do need to be vulnerable and honest with with someone, or maybe with yourself in some situation, in order to feel better, I think, for things to lighten. Okay, thank you, Capricorn.